A quiet transformation is occurring within the Indian equity markets. While mainstream retail traders focus on volatile blue-chip headlines, foreign institutional investors have quietly executed a highly targeted strategy. Over 2 consecutive quarters, these sophisticated global players systematically accumulated equity in 14 select small-cap companies. This institutional backing was not a minor bet. It served as a primary catalyst that propelled some of these shares to climb up to 450% in just 6 months. Welcome to SR Money News IN, where we dissect institutional-grade market intelligence. This phenomenon highlights a process called institutional accumulation. Think of this as giant footprints left in the sand. While the giants try to walk softly to avoid drawing attention, the deep physical impressions they leave behind show us exactly where they are placing their weight and where they expect the path to lead next. To understand why global institutions are targeting these smaller enterprises, we must analyze the concept of niche dominance. Unlike sprawling conglomerates, these small-cap players often control specific, highly specialized market segments. They operate in sectors where their proprietary technology, local supply chains, or custom manufacturing processes act as high entry barriers. This is what portfolio managers define as an asymmetric risk-reward profile. Imagine buying a cheap lottery ticket where the worst-case scenario is losing your small entry fee, but the best-case scenario is winning a massive, life-changing jackpot. By investing in small caps with defensive business models, institutional investors limit their downside risk while preserving the opportunity to capture exponential, multi-bagger upside if the business scales successfully. Tracking the shareholding patterns over 2 consecutive quarters reveals a deliberate pattern of execution. Foreign institutional investors did not purchase these shares in single, chaotic block trades. Instead, they utilized a disciplined process called shareholding consolidation. Think of this like using a heavy-duty mesh sieve to separate materials. By shaking the sieve continuously over several months, the loose, volatile sand of retail speculators falls through, while the heavy, highly valuable gold nuggets of long-term institutional capital remain firmly at the bottom. This systematic accumulation reduces the number of shares freely traded in the open market. When the public suddenly realizes the stock is in high demand, this scarcity of shares creates a powerful upward spiral in price. What signals do foreign institutions look for before committing capital to a small-cap business? They look closely at the choices made by corporate leaders, particularly how they allocate profits. Sophisticated investors prioritize prudent capital allocators. Imagine a highly skilled farmer who resists the temptation to eat his entire harvest and instead carefully stores the best seeds to plant a much larger crop next season. In the corporate world, this translates to management teams that avoid taking on expensive debt. Instead, they reinvest their free cash flows into expanding their factories, upgrading technology, and improving efficiency. This disciplined internal funding makes the company highly resilient to external economic shocks and attracts long-term institutional partners. This aggressive small-cap accumulation does not happen in a vacuum. It is driven by broader macroeconomic shifts. As growth slows down in highly developed Western markets, global fund managers are actively seeking higher returns in expanding emerging economies like India. This movement of money is called global capital rotation. Picture this as the transition of seasons, where you pack away your heavy winter coats and move your lighter, versatile summer clothes to the front of your closet. Similarly, institutional funds are rotating away from slow-growth, defensive megacorporations and shifting their resources into high-growth, agile small-cap enterprises. This macro liquidity wave acts as a powerful rising tide, raising the valuations of well-run small companies much faster than larger, sluggish organizations. However, we must address the significant structural risks associated with this investment landscape. The primary danger in small-cap investing is a phenomenon known as liquidity illiquidity. Think of this as entering a massive, beautiful theater that has only one very narrow exit door. When times are good, everyone enjoys the show comfortably. But if unexpected bad news hits the market, all investors will rush for the exit at the exact same moment. Because small-cap stocks have a limited number of shares traded daily, this sudden rush to sell can cause prices to crash violently before anyone can actually exit their positions. Retail investors must understand that while foreign institutions have the resources to manage these sudden market disruptions, individual investors can easily find themselves trapped. Looking ahead, we must evaluate whether these 450% stock runs are sustainable or if they are becoming dangerously overvalued. When stock prices rise much faster than their actual earnings growth, it results in a situation called multiple expansion. Think of this as paying a premium luxury price for a plain white t-shirt simply because a trendy brand logo was printed on it. The physical quality of the cotton has not changed, but the perceived value has skyrocketed. If these small caps do not deliver strong earnings growth in the upcoming quarters to match their new, premium prices, their valuations will face a sharp correction. Professional investors closely watch this relationship to avoid buying stocks that have run too far ahead of their actual business performance. To navigate this landscape successfully, retail investors must learn to structure their portfolios with a defensive strategy called asset insulation. Think of this like building a high-tech home in an area prone to storms. You construct the core structure out of solid, reinforced concrete to withstand heavy winds, but you still install high-efficiency solar panels on the roof to capture maximum energy. In your investment portfolio, the concrete represents highly stable, large-cap defensive stocks, while the solar panels represent small, high-growth companies. This balanced approach allows you to participate in the massive upside of institutional small-cap rallies, while ensuring that your overall wealth remains completely protected if the broader market experiences a sudden downturn. The key takeaway is clear. Following the moves of foreign institutional investors requires patience, discipline, and a deep understanding of risk. By focusing on niche business modes, tracking gradual accumulation patterns, and keeping a close eye on valuation safety margins, you can elevate your investing approach to an institutional level. Here at SR Money News IN, we are committed to providing you with the deep analytical frameworks and market insights needed to navigate these complex cycles. To make sure you never miss our next detailed institutional breakdown, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and share your perspective in the comments below. What is your strategy for finding high-growth small caps in today's market?